7 in the last 3. I know that it obviously predates the last few games. This is something that Antonio and Christian talked about, these slow starts. But what do you, from your brief experience of managing the team, what do you put this down to, and how do you think it will change it?
I'm not entirely sure because obviously it's something we try to address and we speak about and we're aware of, but football can be quite funny at times, and you can see little trends that happen for a period of time, and you have to work hard, you have to be together and understand what you've got to do to try and change that. And tomorrow's an opportunity for us to hopefully start the game in a positive way and be the team that scored the early goal.
Will you try and say anything different ahead of this game off the back of the last few matches of having such a difficult amount of decline inside the first 15?
Yeah, of course we don't want to concede goals at any stage of the game, and of course early on as well, because it makes the job and the task to win the match much more difficult. So we're aware of that. We're definitely conscious of that, but at the same time, our players need to have a free mind to try and win the game of football, and there can't be too much thought into that because sometimes that can contribute as well. So it's finding that balance. We're aware of the moment we're in. We understand that tomorrow we want to win the game, and we want to do all we can to win the game.
The subject of playing under pressure or playing without pressure has been a theme throughout pretty much ever since Antonio brought it up. And I think Harry talked about it last week, that's a lot easier to play when you're 2-0 down because there's nothing to lose. It's quite hard to see how the team's got into that position, given particularly at the back you've got a centre-back who's one shy of 50 England caps and a World Cup winner. How do you explain to fans that these players who are so experienced seem to have this issue with pressure?
Listen, I don't like the word pressure. I hate the word pressure, if I'm honest. If you're playing at this club, if you're playing in the Premier League, then you've earned the right to be there. It's a reward. You should enjoy that because it's football. You need to enjoy it. You need to be in that moment. Pressure, yeah, you can create good pressure on yourself, and it can inspire you. But I don't want my players, I don't want anyone in this group feeling any sort of negative weight on their shoulders. And that's certainly something that I'm not going to speak about, to be perfectly honest.
Fair enough. Just one final question on a different tack. You mentioned Roy Hodgson gave you your England debut. I mean, can you just elaborate a bit more on what that experience was like and insight into his managerial style with you, particularly for that Italy game?
Yeah, obviously amazing for me, amazing for any professional footballer to get the opportunity to represent their country. Seems a very, very long time ago now, but it's something I always have and I'll always cherish. But yeah, I'm sure I'm going to put that to a side tomorrow because my job is to try and win the game of football, and his job is to do that as well. So that would definitely be both our focus.
Dan. Hi Ryan, you're 7th at the moment, which is Conference League place. There's a perception among some supporters that that's a kind of booby prize and might do more harm than good for a club with Spurs ambitions. I know you don't want to set targets for the players this season, but I mean, what's your view on getting in the Conference League? Is that something you want to do or not?
I think at the end of the season, that's something we'll speak about when we know the league table. I don't want to sit here and hypothetically speak about certain situations because I don't feel like it's going to bring any good, to be perfectly honest. We need to win games of football. We're aware of that. We want to try and do that starting tomorrow. And that's our focus. That's been our focus ever since last week, and we made the change. And nothing's going to veer away from that.
We've talked about the young players, but would you potentially see that competition as a chance to blood some of the youth players next season for the club?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, it's always, I guess been an opportunity, but like I said a minute ago, you have to earn that. It's not just a case of giving out opportunities when players don't earn it. But of course, the situation we'll be in next season will be off the back of what happens in these next 4 games. We understand that, and we want to try to win as many games as possible to give ourselves the best chance of finishing as high as possible in the league table.
And can I just ask you about Eric Dyer? I mean, I know you know him very well. From the outside, it looked like he had difficult matches against United, or difficult moments against United and Liverpool, it's fair to say. I mean, what did you make of his performances, and kind of how are you assessing the moment and form he's in at the moment?
I think we had difficult moments as a team. I'm not going to single out any individual because it's a team game. And that's part of playing football. You have to be together in the good moments and the bad. And obviously, at the moment, we've conceded some goals. We're aware of that, and that's a team problem. That's not individual based. It's never going to be while I'm in this position singling out individuals. I don't believe in that. We need to work harder as a team. We need to be more together as a team and work harder to try and get positive results.
Thanks, Alan.
Tom.
Ryan, when you become a permanent manager here or somewhere else, will prioritising homegrown academy players be a big part of your coaching philosophy?
I think it depends on the situation. I think it's very easy for people maybe on the outside to have an opinion from the outside, but I think every job and every situation you're in, there's context and you have to manage it differently. Of course, I do see the value in having players from the academy and homegrown players, especially here in England, because we've seen in the past the importance of that. But at the same time, I repeat, players have to be good enough. They have to earn that opportunity, and it's the most important message to any young player to work hard. It's not an easy route to the top, especially when you're at a club this size as well. It's not easy. You have to work hard. You have to keep working hard, and sometimes it could be a long road. I mean, my experience suggests that. My Premier League debut was at 23, so that's probably the message. It's not so much about me. It's probably about the environment that I'm in and whether or not you feel like players can help contribute to results on the pitch.
What is the added value of those players? And you were one yourself. What do they bring that other players can't bring?
I think it's good for everyone, you know. I think the feeling it creates inside with the fans as well. Because when you grow up supporting a team, you will probably always have that dream that you can represent them. As fans, we do. And if we see young players doing that, then I think it's great. We've had that here, and we still have that as well. We still have that currently. Academy players playing in our first team. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here, but hopefully that trend will continue. I'm sure it will. But like I say, the players have to be good enough. They have to work hard and earn the right to wear the shirt.
Because the team you played in, that was a big part of that side, wasn't it? It was obviously a big part of Pochettino's philosophy as a coach, and everyone knew that was something he did and he brought to this club. But it does feel like it's been lost a little bit. I mean, Harry was speaking the other day about the values of the club maybe being lost a little bit in the last few years, and I wonder if that's something you agree with, that maybe it's sort of faded a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that period, he had players that were ready. He probably had 5 or 6 players that had 100 league games under their belt. So that definitely makes the decision a lot easier. But at the same time, he did trust us. But we had also earned the right as well. So it's a fine act to balance. But of course, I don't think I'm speaking out to home here. I'm pretty sure every manager will say the same throughout the country, that it's important that you have players from the academy part of the squad. Most clubs do it. It can drive certain things. It creates a different energy, a different feel, and yeah, we've got many players in our academy in our first team squad from our academy at this moment in time. You see on match day, we have that. We have players starting from our academy in our first team, and that's a big thing. It's been a big thing for a long time. It's continued to be a big thing for the last 5, 6, 7 years. So I'm sure going forward that trend will continue.
Finish with George, please.
Hi, Ryan. I just wanted to ask you about Oliver Skip. Obviously, took a big blow last weekend. How is it?
Yeah, he's a very, very lucky boy. Yeah, he had a couple of gashes in his head, needed near to 10 stitches. And we're talking a couple of inches away from having an eye problem. So I think the overall feeling this week has been, we're quite grateful that Skip is okay. It's nothing too serious.
And I guess that's a bit close to home for you as well, given sort of your own experiences with head.
Yeah, obviously a different situation, a different moment as well. One was with a head and one was with a boot. So the dangers are different, but at the same time, the head is a vulnerable part of the body. We continue to see that. So, yeah, like I say, thankfully Skip is okay. He's in contention. He's trained this week. Yeah, that decision is yet to be made, but he's okay. He's a strong boy.
I just wanted to ask you about the Klopp's comments last week. He sort of said that you need to worry about other
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I respect and admire Jurgen Klopp. I also respect Liverpool Football Club. Honestly, my current situation I'm in now, and also I think regardless of what happens in my coaching career, I don't believe I'll ever be in a position where I can sit here and criticise another football club in the way that they're doing things. So yeah.
I mean, as a manager as high profile as that, does it kind of feel like he's almost hitting Spurs with a stick whilst they're down? Is it a bit unnecessary?
No, look, I'll be honest. I've just answered that question as best as I could. I'm not going to create a war of words. That's my opinion on it. I don't think that'll change in 20 years' time. I don't believe I'll ever be in that position or earn the right to criticise another football club for how they want to try and win the game and how they feel is the best chance for them to win the game in that moment in time. So, yeah.
And just with the other 18s, obviously won a trophy underneath, or same group, won a trophy. Have you managed to see much of them this season? I know you've obviously been full on with the first team. And if so, do you feel like there's players in there that have the talent to potentially make that step up to the first team in time?
Absolutely, I've seen a lot of them. I work for this football club. I work in the first team, and it's part of my job to pay attention and understand where the academy are at and try and bridge that gap. Of course, we have hope for many of them, but at 16, 17, it can be a long road. It can be difficult, and sometimes people develop earlier than the others, and sometimes players seize the moment. So, hopefully, some of those can make the step up in the coming years. From a timescale point of view, it's very difficult to put on it. But yeah, historically, this football club has always valued that, and we continue to do that now.
Just finally for me, I mean, when you was a player, it was kind of a similar situation. You was a teenager trying to break into a side that was playing Champions League, Europa League football, and you've been a coach with the 18s as well. How difficult is that step? Is it even more difficult now?
It's part of being at this football club, and you need to understand that and feel that as a player. There's going to be competition, and you need to be the best version of you every day and keep improving, not just from our academy boys, but also our first team lads. That's part of playing for Tottenham. So in terms of that pathway or route, I don't believe a pathway exists in academy football. I believe you just have to work hard. You have to be the best player and continue to be the best player, and then hopefully make an impact on first team coaches. That's always going to be the plan. And like I say, hopefully our players can do that.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.